Join me as we learn Chitas for today, the Chumash for the fifth Torah reading of Parshas Vayigash. Using your Chayenu can help you follow along with today's Chumash. Verse 8, chapter 46. These are the names of the children of Yisrael who came to Egypt with him. Yaakov Uvanov, Yaakov and his sons. Bechoir Yaakov Reuven. The eldest son to Yaakov, the firstborn, was Reuven. Haboyim Mitzrayim, why they called those that came to Egypt? So he explained as follows. Rashi, Al Shem Hasha Koidolem HaKosuf. Because of what's happening at the moment, the Torah says. Therefore he says, current, Ba'im came. Ve'ein L'tmoya, don't ask, Asher L'kosuf, Asher Bo, why he doesn't say that they already came, because he's talking about what's happening at the moment. Verse 9, B'nei Reuven, the children of Reuven, is Chanoich, Falu, Chatzon, and Karmi. B'nei Shimon, the children of Shimon, is Yemuel, Yamin, the Oyad, the Yachin, and Seichar, Shol ben Knanis, and Shol the son of the Knanis. Why was he called the Shol the son of the Knanis? Who is this Knanis? It doesn't mean a Canaanite woman, but it means the son of Dinah, ben Dinah, the son of Dinah, Shanival al-Knani, that she had a relationship with the Canaanite, which was Shem. And what happened was, Harguas Shem, when they killed Shem, Dinah said, I don't want to leave. Who's going to marry me? She was embarrassed. Shimon promised that he would marry her, and therefore this boy is called the son of Dinah. Verse 11, B'nai Levi, the children of Levi, Gershon, Kahas, and Merari. B'nai Yehuda, Va'oinan, V'shela, Oinan, Shela, Peretz, Zarach, Vayamas, Oinan, died, Peretz, Canaan, in the land of Canaan. Vayu B'nai Peretz, and the children of Peretz were Chetzrein and Chomel. B'nai Yisachar, Toilo, Puva, Yoiv, and Shimrein. B'nai Zvulun, Seret, Ve'elan, and Yachlel, the children of Zvulun were Seret, Elan, and Yachlel. Verse 15, Ela b'nei Leah, these are the children of Leah, Asher Yolda Yaakov, that gave birth to Yaakov, the Padan Aram, in the place called Padan Aram, is Dinah Bita, also as well was Dinah, his daughter. Kol Nefesh Ban, of all the people that we've counted, are of his sons, Ubenoisef and his daughters, Shloishim v'Shalish, come to a total of 33 persons. Verse 15, Rashi, Ela b'nei Leah as Dinah Bita. If you notice over here, it says, Hazcharim, the males, Tala B'Leah. He says Leah's children, Leah's sons. The Hanakevis, when it came to the females, which was Dinah, Tala B'Yaakov, he says this was Yaakov's child. Why was that? Lalamedcha, because of here, the Pasuk is telling us, Isha Mazres Tchila Yeleda Zachar, that if the woman is the one to be first, so therefore there comes out a male. Ish Mazriat Tchila Yeleda Snekeva, but if the female comes from the energy of the male. So the male comes of the energy of the female, and the female comes because of the energy of the male, and therefore he puts Dinah to Yaakov, while the boys, the Shvatim, Reuven, Shimon, Levi, and so on, to Leah. Shloishim v'shalish, 33, Rashi says, ubifratan, and in detail, that means when he mentions there's names, you only see 32. So why does it say 33? This was Yocheved Shenolda ben Achaimes, which was born as they were entering into the city. B'knisas on the ear when they entered into the city of Egypt. Shenemer, as it says, Asher Yoldes al Levi b'Mitzrayim, that Levi gave birth to her in Egypt. Leidasa b'Mitzrayim, she was born in Egypt. Veineidasa b'Mitzrayim, but she was not pregnant that means she was not conceived in Egypt. That means she was born before they came here, so therefore her name is not mentioned, but there were 33 people total from this family because Yocheved was born as they entered into Egypt. Verse 16. Uvenei God, the children of God, Sivian, Chagi, Shuni, Ve'etzpein, Edi, Varedi, and Areli. 17. Uvenei Asher, the children of Asher, Yimna, Yishva, Brio, Serach, Achoisim, and Serach, their sister. Ubnei Bria, the children of Bria, was Chever, Chever, and Malkiel. Verse 18. Ela b'nei Zilpa, these are the children of Zilpa, Sharnasan Lavan Leah Bita, that Lavan gave for Leah his daughter, Vatela das Leah, and Vatela das Ela, and she gave birth to all these, Le'Yakov, to Yaakov, Sheish Esrei Nefesh, in total 16 persons. Verse 19. B'nei Rachel, the children of Rachel, Eshes Yaakov, the wife of Yaakov, Yosef and Binyamin. Verse 19, Rashi points out over here, if you notice, that by all the other wives, it does not say the wife of Yaakov. It just says they gave birth to Yaakov. It does not say Eshes, because Rachel was the mainstay woman of the home. Verse 20, Vayivalad liYosef eretz Mitzrayim, and it was born to Yosef in the land of Egypt, Asher yarul daloi Asnas bas Potifera, that his wife Asnas, the daughter of Potifera, Kohen Oin, who was the priest of the, at the time, the daughter of the Kohen of On, Oes Menashe, the two children were Menashe of Ephraim and Ephraim. Verse 21, Ubnei Binyamin, the children of Binyamin, were Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Ger, Naaman, Eichi, Roish, Mupim, Chupim, Va'ard, and Ard. Verse 22, Ela b'nei Rachel, these are the children of Rachel, Asher Yulad liYaakov, that were born to Yaakov, Kol Nefesh, all those entire people are Arba, Asar, 14 in all. Ubnei Dan, the children of Dan, Chushim was Chushim. Verse 24, Bnei Naphtali, the children of Naphtali, Yachteel was Yachteel, Guni, V'yetzer, and Shilem. Ela b'nei Bila, these are the children of Bila, Shenasan Lavan Rachel Bito, that Lavan gave to Rachel his daughter. Vatela the Seilan, she gave birth to these, Liyaakov for Yaakov, Kol Nefesh, all the persons including, where Shiva are 7. Verse 26, Kol HaNefesh Haba Yaakov, all the people that were now coming to Egypt with Yaakov, Mitzrayim to Egypt, Yoytze Yerechai, were his own issue, Milvad Neshei b'nei Yaakov, aside from the wives of Yaakov and their son, aside from the wives of Yaakov's sons, Kol Nefesh, in total all persons were Shishim V'Sheish, 66. Rashi, Kol HaNefesh Haba, Rashi explains as follows. All those that are counted for the family of Yaakov, Sheyotzim Eretz Canaan Lavilam Mitzrayim, that left the land of Canaan to come to Egypt, were 66. And Rashi explains as follows. When we talk about the word over here, Haba, means Ve'ein Haba zu Loshin Avar, means to the past, Elo Loshin Ha'iveh, that means those coming currently. K'may be'erev Yiba, in the evening she came. And also we have Yini Rachel Bitei Ba'im Atzayin, Rachel comes with the sheep. Lefichach, therefore, as Rashi mentioned previously, that you can see what this is depending on where the cantillation is. On the Aleph, Lefika Sheyatzu. What is it? Why is that? Sheyatzu, when they left. Lovim Eretz Canaan to come, left the land of Canaan to come to the land of Egypt. Lehoyo L'shishim V'Sheish, were 66. However, the verse afterwards says, Kol HaNefesh L'Ba Yaakov Haba Mitzrayim Shivim. And the next verse says, how many that came to Egypt were 70, which means past. Lefichach, therefore it says Tamal L'mayla B'Beis. Therefore the cantillation will be on the base. Why is that? Whereas there's 66 or 70, seemingly a contradiction. That means when they left Egypt, Canaan to come to Egypt, there were 66. But when they arrived in Egypt, there were 70. How does that happen? Shematzu Sham, because when they got there was Yosef Shteivan of Yosef and his 2 sons, plus Finitayis Falam Yecheved that was born Bein HaChaimis, between the walls. And according to those that say to Oimus, Noldim, Shvatim, weren't all, we learned previously, now who did they marry? That all the tribes were born with twins. So what happened to them? Either Tzricham and Olemar, how come they're not mentioned there and how come they're not part of the count? We must say, Shemesu, that these girls died before they came, before they came to Egypt, because since they are not counted of this tally. Rashi concludes and says, Matzasi b'mei v'yikra, I found in the Medrash, Esav, sheish nafasas hayoloi, Esav only had 6 people in his family, and the verse calls them nafsh is beisei, plural. The nafsh is the family that was in the word using nafshais in plural terminology. Reason was because they were serving many different gods. Yaakov, however, Shivam nefashis hayoloi, he had 70 people in his family. However, the cost of Kedenis Nefesh, but the Torah only calls them singular term, one person. Because they served only one God. Ubnei Yosef. And now the Torah tells us, verse 27. Ubnei Yosef asher yulad lei b'Mitzrayim, and the children of Yosef that were born to him in the land of Egypt. Nefesh shnoyim were 2 people. Kol HaNefesh. Now, if you make a total tally of the ones that were in Egypt, plus the ones that were born right at the wall, Kol HaNefesh L'Beis Yaakov, all of the persons to the family of Yaakov, Haba Mitzrayim, that were now in Egypt, Shivim, was a total of 70. This concludes the Torah reading for Thursday, Parshas Vayigash.